Okay, now it is time to build up the content part of the template. So far, this is the thing that has been created, like this head banner part, this main banner part, and then we have created this menu bar. And the next thing that we are going to create looks like this one. That means we are now going to create this bottom part of our template up to this part. And if we just look into our template here, so this is the part that we are exactly going to create here. And after this we will be creating the rest of those things, but first of all let's build up this part. Now a lot of things is out there that we need to take care, such as the first thing is we need to create this particular wrapper that will wrap all these things. And in the next phase we are going to create first of all this one, and then we are going to create this bottom part where it will be consisting of these list items here, these paragraph elements and everything inside. But the actual challenge will be lying here in this part, while we will be create this particular region, this particular part, where we will be having this header one, this list items over here, and then comes this donate now button at the bottom. And the most important thing is both these wrappers, they will be having equal heights. And if we just get back to our project, we will be seeing that we have successfully built it. And this is a test demo project that I have built for you. As we can see, this is the donate now button at the bottom, and there goes the background, and there goes all these list elements. So these two parts we are about to build right now. Let's get back into our project. Now in doing so, the first thing that we are going to do, we will be working with another container fluid. We are going to create a mother wrapper that will wrap everything inside properly. If we look into our template, we can see that there's a white wrapper which is wrapping all around and which is leaving constant gap from all the ends. So this is the part that we have to create first. That is why we have created this mother wrapper class here that will wrap everything inside. And then the objective is, if we now create two separate classes, this is the first class that we'll be using here to create up to wrap this thing up to here, and there will be another class that will wrap up to here. So these are the two things that we need to create first. We will be creating here call lg8, and then we will be creating this call lg4. Now in the first place, all we need to do, we need to create this extreme left box that will hold all those list items inside, and that will be used against this particular call lg8. So that is why we are naming it as text box. And in the second case, this is the part that will be holding another set of list items here, and it will be having a donate now button at the bottom of this particular div. So that is why we are going to create another div here. For say I'm naming it as content box. So these are the classes, those have been created so far. Now if we get back into our project and reload, we won't see anything, we won't observe anything except this white line that we are noticing over here. So first of all, what we need to do, we will have to specify now what exactly this coding does. It is practically stating as the background of all these body elements, those will be transparent in nature. So if we now reload, we can see that this white line is gone. We will get back to our project into the part that we were creating, and the very first thing that we are about to do is to create this mother wrapper class name here. We will be creating here mother wrapper class name, and here it had a white wrapper around. For say we are providing a padding of 10 pixels flat. Now let's get back to our project and reload. We can see that this is the mother wrapper class that has been created, and it is providing a padding of 10 pixels, but still now it is not leaving any kind of margin from all the sides. That is why we need to get back here and we have to specify margin, get back, reload, and you can see that this is the proper thing that has been created. If you want to decrease the margin, then no problem, state the margin as 10 pixels. There it goes. So we have created this mother wrapper part. Now the next thing is to create both these classes, this text box over here and this content box. So in case of text box, for the time being, we are now providing a background color, and in case of this content box, copy it, come back to custom style sheet, and here. Now if we get back into our project and reload, we can see that both these things are now created over here. This is the first one and this is the second one. Now we will be putting some contents into it such that we need to know what is the exact output so far is there. So we are getting back to index.html, and in the second case we are placing another content inside. We are practically observing what is the output so far, and that is why we need to put on some content over here, and this is the exact thing that we are going to do. Reload, and here comes the result, the output so far. Okay, now this is it up to this far, and the next thing that we are going to create over here is these header parts. Here goes the first one. So now let's get back to our project. Now we need to create this h3 tag here. Now if we get back into our project and reload, this is the header part that has been created. Now we need to customize it. So let's get back to our project and we are copying this thing, text box. Now we need to choose our font family to be used over here. As we can see that this belongs to a different font family, font face, and that is what we are about to create. I have used practically here Landscape font face. So we are going to google.com. And here, now let's look for Lancelot. Here it is. So choose this font, and in the first case we are going to copy this link, paste it inside here, and we are coming back and we are using this font family. There it goes. So this is the first thing. Now in the second phase, all we need to do, we need to rearrange all of these things such as they go with this template. So S3, where we will be using font size, and we won't be using any background here into this main phase. We will be commenting this thing off. We will be providing a border bottom, 1 pixel solid, and then we need to assign this particular color here, pasting it, pressing Ctrl S and getting back to our project and reload, and there it goes. We have created this up to this far, and another thing, we need to change this font color. So that is why we will be using a blue color, bluish color. There it goes. This is the color. And now if we get back and reload, we can see that this is the output so far.